looking forward to the most.
I'm ecstatic, quite frankly. I can't wait, like I said, back in the lunchroom with my peers, being able to sit right next to them. I think that
Today was the first day back for students and staff at McQuaid. Today was the first day back for students and staff at McQuaid Jesuit High School. One major change is things returning to how they were pre-pandemic.
We had to make some adjustments with our schedule, with our food service, with our dress code in the last couple years, just to manage with the pandemic. This year, again, the message is we're back to normal. We're back to what we were like back in 2019 and 2020 before things had to change.
One student shares that things returning to normal is exactly what he's looking forward to the most.
I'm ecstatic, quite frankly. I can't wait, like I said, back in the lunchroom with my peers, being able to sit right next to them. I think that coming up this year, I think, one of the things that's going to be great is we're all going to be back together, in our classes. We're not going to be spaced apart. We're going to be close together. We're going to be able to have group conversations. I think that's awesome.
Another student adds that he's looking forward to everything the new school year has in store.
I am very excited for the friends I'll make along the way and to continue to grow here at McQuaid. Yesterday was my orientation and the school seems awesome, and so do the teachers, so I'm excited.
There are 750 students enrolled this year, ranging from grades 6 through 12. In Brighton, Jatira Marsh, News 8.
You guys wear a number on the side of your helmets. That number is number 1. Nobody wears it on their jersey for a reason, because we're one collective unit. You understand? What does 1 mean to us? 1 means obligated. All right? So the O stands for obligated, right? You're obligated to do your job. You're 1/11th on every single play. All right? Every single play. You owe it to your brothers. When you wear that 1 on the side of your helmet, you're obligating yourself to do your 1/11th every single down. Every single time you are on the field, you're doing your 1/11th, and there's no excuses for that. You understand? The end of 1 is nasty, all right? This is one sport where you just get to be a nasty prick in between the whistles every single play. Be violent and don't be sorry about it at all right? Linemen, just control the trenches. Be nasty in the trenches. Let them know right from the gate that they don't stand a chance tonight, even though they're best tonight. You understand? Elite. All right, everything you do as a McQuaid Jesuit brother is elite. All right, everything. All right, from the schooling that you guys go to every day. All right, from the way you walk out here and you get 2 by 2. All right, from the way you line up for the national anthem. Everything we do is elite. The way we fly around to the football. All right, the way we block is elite. All right, the way we run the football is elite. The way we throw the football is elite. Everything you do is elite. All right. To be one, guys, you guys know what it takes, all right? You guys have been preaching it all year long, all right? To be one and truly be one, all right? Yeah, it stands for what we just went over, but it also takes one heart, all right? We all got to play with the same heart. That heart, that want to win, all right? That of every tackle that want to block every single down until the whistle's blown. All right? Not giving up before the play is over. That's the heart I'm talking about. All right?
Let's go, boys. All night, man. All night long.
You guys know what it takes, all right? You guys got the answers, all right? There's no questions, all right? You guys got the answers. You know what it takes. All right, now just go out here and do it. One heart. One heart. One soul. One soul. One mind. One mind. One goal. One goal. 10 days. They fall. They fall. One heart. One heart. One soul. One soul. One mind. One mind. One goal. One goal. 10 days. They fall. They fall. One heart. One heart. One soul. One soul. One mind. One mind. One goal. One goal. 10 days. They fall. They fall. One heart. One heart. One soul. One soul. One mind. One mind. One goal. One goal. 10 days. They fall. They fall. They fall. They fall. They fall. They fall.
I was moving at the speed of sound, head spinning, couldn't find my way around, and didn't know that I was going down. Yeah, yeah, where I've been, well, it's all a blur. What I was looking for, I'm not sure. Too late and didn't see it coming. Yeah, yeah. And then I crashed into you, and I went up in flames. Could have been the death of me, but then you breathe your breath in me. And I crashed into you like a runaway train. You will consume me, but I can't walk away. Somehow I couldn't stop myself. I just wanted to know how it felt. Too strong, I couldn't hold on. Yeah, yeah. And I'm just trying to make some sense out of how and why this happened. Where we're headed, there's just no knowing. Yeah, yeah. And then I crashed into you, and I went up in flames. Could have been the death of me, but then you breathe your breath in me. And I crashed into you like a runaway train. You will consume me, but I can't walk away from your face. Your eyes are burning to me. You saved me, you gave me just what I need. Oh, just what I need.
Good evening, and we welcome you to the Rochester Ice Center. It's myself, Dominic Sansone, alongside Daniel Ragsdale. Daniel, welcome.
Good evening.
We're so glad to have Daniel on the call tonight. The Knights are going up against a familiar foe here, the Jesuit school from Buffalo, New York. It's going to be Canisius. Canisius beat them 3-1. What are the Knights going to have to do tonight to get it done and get a win and split with these guys in the regular season?
Well, the Knights have been working a lot with their coaches about trying to get some more rapid attempts on net. We've had some good shots in the past, but we sometimes struggle to get those shots from a little higher up towards the net. So tonight I think the Knights are going to be focused on quantity over quality, but we'll never know until we see.
Yeah, absolutely. It's would you say quantity over quality?
Quantity over quality for tonight.
Quantity over quality. Yeah, they're going to need to get shots on goal. This is a Knights team that averages a top number in the section, 4.84 goals per game, but they do give up a lot of goals. So it's something they've been working on. We'll see how Coach Dugan's defense comes out tonight. And obviously in net, we're going to find out who's starting
it's probably going to be Salinas or Gonzalez. Gonzalez has been the starter the past 2 games. We may see him in that.
I would predict a Salinas start for tonight.
Salinas is the start tonight? We don't know. So some key guys for the Knights we're going to look at. First off, how can we not forget number 8, Jack Callery. He leads the team in points with 32 total points, 15 goals, 17 assists. He's been excellent.
Jay Cowles is becoming a household name around the rink and in the locker room, and just can't seem to get enough of him.
Another guy we're going to look at is Liam Palmer. Palmer's been excellent. He's put up 21 points, second most on the team. He's got 8 goals and 13 assists, only 2 penalty minutes for one of the leaders of this Knights team.
And you really can't forget about that leader portion. Palmer holds it on the ice and is a big factor in the locker room.
Another guy we're going to look at is defenseman number 22, Eli Wiegand. He's got 20 points. It's third most on the team. He's got 15 assists and 5 goals. A very low 6 minutes in the box. So talk about a Knights team that's disciplined. Can that be key tonight?
It's hard to not say enough about Eli. He puts points in the back of the net. He does a great job defending ours. And he's one of the 2 guys that's in our roster for the top 4 scorers in all of Section 5 for defense. So
yeah,
50% of the titles held by McQuaid.
Yeah, that defense has been a huge part of this McQuaid team. And we're looking at a Canisius team that is led by number 22, Jackson Deet. He currently has 20 points on the year, 8 goals and 12 assists. Tell me a couple more guys that are crucial for these Crusaders if they want to walk out of Rochester Ice Center with a win tonight.
The Crusaders seem to have a very strong top 5 or 6 guys, but it starts to peter off after a while. I think McQuaid will be able to possibly outlast them towards the end of the game just in pure conditioning.
Yeah, absolutely. They got Deet and Dagler, Everhard, Kowalow, Lacavita, and McMullen, and then things start to drop off. We talk about a Knights team that has a lot of depth, too, as well, so we'll see how that looks down the stretch.
Depth has been one of our coaches' main strategies for competing with these other teams. They realize that our talent stretches far across the board instead of a top 1 or 2 lines.
Yeah, we're going to turn it over to commercial break, and we'll be back before puck drop after the quick commercial break.
And I went up in flames, could have been the death of me, but then you breathe your breath in me. Yeah, I crashed into you like a runaway train. You will consume me, but I can't walk away. And then I crashed into you.
name's Matt Kazar. I'm a junior for the McQuaid hockey team, left wing. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Hope you come visit again soon. One thing I love about McQuaid is the brotherhood that we have. Go Knights.
The class of 2012, I understand, is the class with the greatest participation, and they earned the right to determine what my first jug ever will be. So we'll see what that is. Seriously? I don't even want to hold this sheet. Or is that serious, or like you're kidding and you're going to tell me what the real one is? That's the real one. All right, okay. Class of 2012, right? Okay, I remember those guys. So I need to count to the number that shall not be named. All right, we can do this. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 plus 1, 14, 15. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 plus 1. Good, right? No? Okay. 10, 11, 12, 12 plus. It's not going to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 plus. Okay. No, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Oh, 12. Theophilus. 12. 12 plus 1. 12. Deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths.
Mr. DeBates, Mrs. Parisi, Mr. Vanetti, oh, that's me. Mr. DePippa, Miss Fonticelli, Mr. Williams, Mr. Guadagno, Mr. Brady, Miss Sudik, Mr. Lawrence, Mr. Glenn, Mr. Barassa, Mrs. Maybellis, Mr. Smith, Mrs. Dewey, Mr. Gordon, Mr. Simpkins, Mrs. Martinez, and Mr. Canisius. Thank you for all that you do.
And we want to recognize all the fantastic teachers at McQuaid Jesuit, how much of an impact they have on the young men's lives that attend that great institution.
Especially with this being my first year as a junior, they've really made it a homecoming experience. Just came in, got right to work. Much harder curriculum, but they've made it adaptable.
Yeah, some of the best teachers around, recognizing Mr. Verasso, Ms. Suter, Ms. Soprano, Mrs. Parisi down at the door, Mr. Vernetti, Mr. Schneider, Mr. Baber, Mr. Morales, Mr. Bott, the old teacher, and Ms. Francascelli. But first, we're going to recognize our starters. On defense, number 22, a junior, Eli Wiegand. His partner is number 4, a junior, Connor Emmons. At forward, right wing, it'll be a junior, Jack Callery. At center, a senior leader of the team, number 16, Liam Palmer. And at the other wing, it's number 3, Jace Roger. In goal for the Knights, we do see Owen Salinas. He will be the starter for the black and gold. We're going to turn it to a quick break, and we'll be back after the anthem.
Give me the jug sheet. Class of 2012 ruled the decade. Class of 2012 ruled the decade. Thank God it wasn't the class after you. Congratulations, gentlemen. Class of 2012 ruled.
All right, good morning, boys.
And we welcome you back to the Rochester Ice Center. We're ready for puck drop here against the Canisius Crusaders. What can you tell me about tonight's game?
We're looking at a good lineup tonight. We've already played the Crusaders, and we fell to a hard-fought game 2 months ago or so.
Yeah, back in early to mid-December, we fell to these guys. They were a really, really good squad, so we're going to have our hands full here tonight.
Obviously, with the rivaling Jesuit schools, we're really looking at quite a competition between the two. We've seen some strong plays out of both teams throughout the year, and the Knights are just starting to really heat up towards the end of the year, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, and here we go. Center ice, it's going to be Palmer to take the draw for the Knights. For the Crusaders, it's Jack Daigle. Here we go. That draw is won there by Roger, and the Knights are going to caress it in their own zone. Regan now tries to use his partner, loses control of it, but regains it there. Emmons and Wiegand in their defensive end get it up to Roger, try to get it out of the zone. They do. Now it's Callery through the neutral zone. Callery a couple of nice moves, and it's well played by the Canisius defense. Now beneath the net, Roger feeds it in front. He just couldn't find the stick of Callery. Palmer in the corner. He sends it up to the point for Wiegand. And a battle there along the near wall. It goes to the far side. Emmons will dump it in, and the Knights will come for a change. Now a battle down there in the far corner, and it's up through the neutral zone. The Crusaders got a 2-on-2. That one fired. Salinas makes the pad stop, and out go the Knights the other way, but it's turned over. Picked off there by Mike Lacavita. Ralph through the neutral zone. He floats it to the far side for DeProsa, and he loses a handle on it. Now back into the Canisius zone. Ralph is in on the forecheck. The Crusaders find it out of the zone. It is stripped off there by Kazara, who just puts it past the defense of number 26, Braden Griffin. Now it's Griffin chasing after it. He tries to find it back to the far side to Lacavita. He finds him, and they are able to chip it in deep into the zone. Good start here for both teams.
Very.
Now into the zone, the Knights go. They're on the forecheck. Chase Brock back in the lineup tonight as he puts some pressure on the Crusaders' defense. Icing is waved off, and they're able to find Kazara through the neutral zone. It's a one-on-one. A nice move past 13 as he tried to find it up to Hill. He just couldn't get it there. Now it's still in front. The Knights tried to squeak it past the lower left pad of the goaltender. I don't know if they got it by him.
I think it was right on the line.
Tyler Bridge is the goaltender for the Crusaders. He made the stop.
We're seeing some very strong breakout plays by the Knights. Not too much time in our zone.
Yeah, very, very good. I think Coach Dugan would probably speak volumes to how important the breakout is. He said it before in the past. We haven't spoke with him recently, so we would not know. But last time we did speak to him, he spoke, how important it was to play as one unit and have a lot of poise on the ice and be smart. So we'll see how much his McQuaid team looks like that tonight. Jeremy Coons forced into his own zone to retrieve it. It is 0-0 early in the first period. Coon back to get it for the Knights. He's going to try and use his partner, and he sends it over to the far wall. And Dawson Brown scoops it up, a 3-on-1 for the Knights. Can they capitalize as it is picked off there, but Jeremy Kuhn sends it back into the zone. Now back in the other way go the Crusaders. Down low in the zone, it's Jacob Crane. He's trying to make a play beneath Salinas' net. They try to work it up to the point, and it is stripped up there by Zari. Out of the zone, he comes with speed. He's still got it now. He's got Roger to the center. He floats it in on goal. No problem for Bridge. He plays it off to the corner. Wiegand on the aggressive pinch. He loses control of it. Now back the other way. Into the zone goes Crane. A battle for it, and it ultimately squirts out to the Knights' defense. Out of the zone they come with Wiegand and Palmer. Through the neutral zone, it's sauced up to the stick of Callery, who tries to strip it from the defense of the Crusaders. And Rogers able to keep it in. And now it's Palmer. He's got a man. He sends it down to Callery. He's got time and space, and he just couldn't get it past the pad of Tyler Bridge. A quick hesitation move, and he just couldn't get the goalie to bite on it. Now the Crusaders pick it up and in their own end. Out of the zone they go with some speed. Thoman tries to put it deep into the zone. He's stripped up by Wiegand. And now Ryan Kazara is in his own end. Palmer plays it forward into the zone, but it is lost control, and now the Crusaders try to get it back. Into the zone they come with some speed. Dipping his shoulder, it's Dagler who fires that one, and it's deflected up into the netting and out of play.
We've seen some very strong goaltending so far by both sides, notably from Tyler Bridge making some very crucial saves at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, only 2 shots aside, but Callery had a point-blank chance there. You call it a grade A opportunity inside that house area, so he came up with the very important stop to keep this one level. Out of the zone come the Knights. Brock and Kazara had a little bit of a miscommunication there in the neutral zone. Back in they go. That one cycled through. Hill puts it into the zone. Nice play by Kazara to drag his state and stay onside. Now a battle for it down there in the corner. It's up to the point. That one's fired in. Good shot there, but out of the zone they come. Meyer's shot was blocked. Back in the other way goes Kazara. It's a 2-on-2. He's got a man central. He's got Brock. Brock fires it. It is saved by Bridge. Now to the far side. Emmons fires that one in. And again, Bridge makes a stop. Bridge has been excellent so far.
Seeing some very strong neutral zone plays from the Knights, but we haven't been able to set up much of an offense in their zone so far. The Canisius has been doing a great job so far of clogging up all the passing lanes and really limiting the Knights' options.
Yeah, they haven't had many options so far, and a big story of the game in Buffalo was over 30 shots on goal and only 1 goal, so Bridge is also a huge impact. Knights got Palmer and Callery back out there again for their third shift of the game, only 6 minutes in. Crusaders try to get it into the zone with Eberhard, but it is stripped up there. Now they regain control in their own zone. In the zone they go on the far side. It's Eberhard. He puts it in on goal. Salinas makes the pad stop. Now it's Zari behind the net. He's hit, and he does a nice job actually counteracting that hit. And Callery takes it out of the zone. It is stripped up there as Salinas is forced to play it with his stick. Now up to the point it goes. It squirts out. Callery's got a chance here as he applied some pressure, and now he's got to get out of the zone. And I don't think he's going to be able to. He couldn't, so Palmer could not chip it deep. Just under 7 minutes here into the first period. Good two-way hockey here so far early on at the Rochester Ice Center. Bavenzi tries to gain control of it along the far wall as it's sent up and controlled by Donlin. Through the neutral zone, he flips it back over to Bavenzi. He enters the zone with speed, a drop-off pass to Ralph. He fires it in on goal. Now Donlin is down there. Up at the point, it's Busick trying to keep it in. And it's sent over to the far side now. Out of the zone come the Crusaders, a 1-on-3, and Eberhard is just going to put it deep into the zone. Not a lot of stoppages tonight either.
No, we're flying so far. Very nice pass out of the neutral zone by Kazara.
Two very technical hockey teams here in Canisius and the Knights. Got a lot of club hockey players on both teams. So the Knights try to get it into the zone as Ralph is waffle boarded off the puck there. A nice open ice hit. That one is stripped up in the neutral zone. Kazara has it. Point blank shot, and that one goes wide. It was deflected off the defender's right pad. Now it's Brock, and that one's rattled off Bridges' mask. Knights getting a good amount of shots here so far. We talked about it before the game, quantity over quality. Sometimes you got to get the goals dirty. It's not going to be nice, but you got to get them to the front of the net with the puck and make things happen. Backdoor, Kazara's slap shot is a dribbler, actually. Worked out as Bridge didn't track it real well. Now it's the Knights with it again. A delayed penalty coming as Kazara fires the slap shot into Bridge, and we're going to be going to the power play, it looks like.
Starting to see some really aggressive, nice offensive zone plays coming from the Knights. As we said earlier, the main strategy for the Knights this year seems to be keeping up some constant pressure through the entirety of the game to really highlight the depth in our roster, just see the conditioning at its work.
So it'll be the junior defenseman from North Tonawanda, New York, Kevin Bridge, going to the box, 2 minutes for high sticking. The Knights operate at a power play of 31%. They're going to have Wiegand, Ryan Kazara, Jack Callery, Connor Emmons, and Chase Brock on the ice for the man advantage. The Crusaders' penalty kill is one of the best in Section 6. It's 91%. Brock with it now. It is kept in there by Kazara. The Knights trying to set something up. Kazara tooling around in the offensive zone. He still has it. It's down low to Wiegand. Centering pass in front, and it deflected off the skate of a Crusader. Still with it now. It's Brock beneath the goal. Scanning around. Brock looking for options. Brock still with it now. Sends it over to Kazara. Backdoor. He couldn't find the stick of Callery as we got a minute left on the penalty against Bridge. That one squirts out into the neutral zone. Back the other way go the Crusaders as they dip their shoulder, and Salinas is putting that one up into the netting, so the Knights will get a fresh set of legs out there.
That was a really nice play by Salinas, getting that puck nice and up and out of the zone, giving us a good chance to finally get some fresh legs on the ice and maybe get some more offensive chances operating.
And that's fantastic game awareness from Owen Salinas. He's only played 12 games so far this year, 576 minutes and 120 last year. So, you know, a relatively new goalie, but he's played a lot of this year, and it kind of shows his experience there a little bit, just knowing when to freeze the puck and, pop that one up into the netting. The Knights are forced to go get it. 34 seconds remain on the power play. Babenzi in his own end. He takes it out through the neutral zone with speed. He's got skaters with him now. Babenzi setting things up. He drops it back to the point. Owen Meyer sends it over to the far wall. Now it's Kazara there. Kazara evaluating his options up to the point. It's Meyer. He fires a low shot and it's in. He scores! Owen Meyer finds the net. A deflected shot, and the Knights take a 1-0 lead with 6:55 to go.
Now the Knights are improving that power play average as we have a goal off of, it appears to have been all three posts into the back of the net.
All three posts is what it was off of.
I counted 3 dings.
Ding, ding, ding. You guys can be the judge of that at home, but the Knights find the net and take an early 1-0 lead at the Rochester Ice Center.
The teachers in the Teacher Appreciation Night section seem to be thrilled with the outcome so far.
Who wouldn't be? Now the Knights are holding a 1-0 lead. When the Knights take a lead this season, they have a win percentage of 90%. So they're going to have to hold on in this one. Now it's Ralph through the neutral zone. He fires that one in on goal, and Bridge is going to freeze it with 6:30 to go. What did you see on the goal there?
I saw some nice offensive zone coverage. We had guys in every spot that we could put them. We found any open inch of ice, and we filled it. We got some good shots on the net, managed to catch the goalie mid-movement, and it put us up in the beginning.
Yeah, it was a great play there from Meyer. He kept the shot low, and then obviously a tip came, and it got elevated as they found the net early on in this one. Now into the zone they go. The Crusaders trying to get back on the board and even this one back up. In the offensive zone, it's Kowalow. He sends it around the net of Salinas. Now along the near wall, it is a battle there, and the Knights are going to prevail as they get it into the neutral zone. Griffin recaressing with his partner in the defensive zone. Now the Knights still with it, and they're able to get it into the Canisius zone. Nice hit there by Kazara. He boarded him off the puck. Matthew Hill is there as well, and Wiegand steps up on an aggressive pinch. Couple nice plays from the Knights as Griffin picks it up. Now he sends it over to this side. It's Jackson Deep, the leading point scorer for Canisius, picking that one up. Bridge thinks about playing it, but he lets his defenseman pick it up, and it's Giola taking it out of the zone. Now into the zone goes Lacavita. He goes wide, fires, and Salinas makes an easy stop with the blocker.
Seems to have been some communication issues by the Knights on that first breakout, but they've recovered nicely and are holding well in the neutral zone.
Now it's Kazara back into his own end. He goes and retrieves it. Wheeling around the net with some speed. He hammers the brakes and tries the reverse. He does. He gets it up to Jace Roger. And Roger again is with it now. He sends it over to Callery. He's going to gain the red line and try and get it over to Palmer. He does. Nice play there and poise from the junior forward. Palmer fires that one in. Oh, it's still there, and Kazara had a chance.
Nice stick save from Bridge. The puck was on the goal line and a nice little slap.
He did a good job slapping it out of trouble. Now out of the zone come the Knights. With speed, it's Callery. He is met by a couple of defenders in blue jerseys, and he's going to be forced to go back into his own zone. He turned it over, and the Knights are checked off the puck there. A battle in the zone. Callery's down there working at it, as well as Emmons. Finally, it's scooped up there. Emmons out of the zone he goes. He finds it up to Palmer, who gains the red line. Now into the zone with speed. He flips it into the far corner, tries to get it over to Emmons again, and he just couldn't get it to him. That one is stripped up. Now back the other way, a breakaway, and a tripping penalty is coming up here against the Knights. It is going to be number 4. He had a wide open breakaway, Kevin Bridge, and he was tripped up, and Salinas is going to make the stop. So Canisius will head to their first power play.
It was a nice stop from Owen Salinas with that weird angle shot. We had some pretty scary looking blue jerseys standing up around the hash marks, so we were lucky to get off with just a shot.
So it'll be Jack Pavenzi going to the box for the Knights. And the draw is going to be to Salinas' left. The Canisius coaching staff asking for some clarification. The Knights are going to go on the penalty kill unit. They operate at 85.37%. So very good number on the penalty kill, as that one is won by the Crusaders. In the offensive zone, they got a man advantage. Crusaders ranked number 1 overall on special teams in Section 6. And the Knights are not much behind them in Section 5. So it's all about special teams if you ask me tonight. Into the zone they go. It's stripped up there by Callery. Now back the other way. He takes it into, or not Callery, pardon me, Owen Meyer takes it into the zone. He tried to center it to Zari, just couldn't get it to him.
Seeing some strong, aggressive play by Owen Meyer, the sophomore.
Yeah, Meyer's been a huge piece of this McQuaid team all year long. Out there for the Crusaders, it's Richards, Deet, Dagler, Eberhardt, and Griffin. So 5 studs out there for the blue and gold. They take it into the zone. Now up to the point. It's fired in. A nice save by Salinas. He saw it the whole way. Behind it, Snedes goes. And Dagler is unable to keep it into the zone there. Now out of the zone come the Crusaders. They find it up to Eberhardt. He tries to get it into the zone. He uses his teammates, and now it's over with Deet.
Bit of a miscommunication from the Crusaders there. Gets it out of the zone. Quick pass up. Goes in. Has a shot. Just wide.
And Brock had a chance there. It was a nice play to strip it and read the Canisius attempt to regroup through the neutral zone. Now into the zone go the Crusaders. It's McMullen taking it wide, dipping his shoulder with speed. Now deep into the zone. He's stripped up there. Kazara floats it out through the neutral zone. Calory's got a chance now. He turns on the Jets. Dipping his shoulder, fires near score, and he scores! Calorie sent it by right over the right pad at Tyler Bridge, and the Knights get on the board yet again. It's 2-0 with 1:33 to go, exactly as the Jack Bovenzi penalty expires. You wonder if they'll count that as a shorthanded goal. I definitely would.
I'd say that would be shorthanded. If the other man is not on the ice yet and in the play, that counts as the plus-minus for him in my book.
Absolutely. So the Knights pick up their second shorthanded goal of the year as time on the Bovenzi penalty expired. And he actually went near post on Tyler Bridge. It's rare that you see that, but Calorie got just enough height to get it up and over that right lower pad on his leg, and not too much height to keep it under that right blocker. So
we had a perfect low blocker shot from Jack Calorie. It was a nice change of angle. There was a good sweeping toe drag in there right before the release. Changes up the angle on that goalie just enough to make it difficult.
There was an argument that the puck may have been out of play at some point during that previous strand of plays in the offensive zone. You heard the Canisius coaches maybe yelling for it during play, but they're not going to win that call in Rochester. No shot. So the Knights get on the board again. Calorie finds the net, and Palmer now tries to put it up into the zone. The Knights hold a 2-0 lead. When the Knights lead by 2 goals or more, they are 100% in terms of wins on the year. That one is tripped up. Now in the offensive zone, it's shot on goal by Crane, but the Knights do a good job defensively. Out of the zone they come. Donlin calls for it, and he gets it. Fires that one wide of Bridges' net. Now in the offensive zone, a battle for it there. Donlin chases after it as it's sent back around the net. And still with it now. Out of the zone come the Crusaders, but they put a little too much on it, and it's picked up there by Jeremy Kuhn. Kuhn behind his net. Donlin's there to help him out, as well as Palmer. They are able to maintain control of it, and Palmer's just going to survey his options here quickly with 21 seconds to go in the period. Out of the zone come the Crusaders. They try to put it on goal, and it's out of play with 8.9 seconds to go in the period.
We seem to be giving up quite a few opportunities here as our Knights are starting to make some more reaching plays towards the end of the period. My guess is they're waiting on that period break to go in and refresh their legs, but definitely would like to see some more body contact towards the end of the period.
Yeah, you talk about a Knights team. We are not super physical. I mean, they have played some very physical teams. I think Fairport would be a great example of a physical team this team's played, but they're definitely going to have to be physical. Canisius is going to be a team that's going to come out here in the second with a lot of fire under their pads.
And as we remind you again tonight, we have Teacher Appreciation Night. All the teachers in the building there with the black jerseys on have been invited by the players for the players. And we just like to give them another huge thanks for doing everything that they do and spending their time out here with the Knights.
Yeah, and we're going to send it to a quick intermission report. We'll be back after this.
6th grade Makerspace class here at McQuaid Jesuit, huh? Exciting. I'm your teacher, Mr. Demers, and we are going to get our hands really messy while fixing the school up this year. So, before we begin, who here has ever laid tile before? Okay. Has anyone ever used a table saw before? Uh-huh. How about plumbing? Anyone ever do plumbing before? Okay, let's back up a little bit. Who's ever been inside a Home Depot?
Does Lowe's count?
Yes, it does. All right, we are getting somewhere.
I knew going to a middle school would be a big adjustment, but last year we were using safety scissors. Now look at these.
Who cares? We get to wear these things.
All right, boys, our project for this year is renovation of the school bathrooms. Now, the bathrooms haven't been renovated since, well, ever. And the school was built in 1954, so that's a long time. Let's see what we're working with.
Every time I try to get work done, I come here, and there's always like another gym class coming in 5 minutes after. Dumbest thing ever. Like, where do they expect me to go? What do I do? Go to Home Depot? I'm 12.
Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah, understood. No, I get it. All right, thanks. Bye. Well, gentlemen, change of plans. Apparently, according to municipal bylaw regulations, we need to hire professionals to make these kind of renovations to the school. So the good news is Advancement Office has agreed to let BASH raise funds for our new bathrooms and floors, and maybe even fix some of the mistakes we made. So, change of curriculum. Who wants to build a birdhouse?
Today was the first day back for students and staff at McQuaid Jesuit High School. One major change is things returning to how they were pre-pandemic.
You know, we had to make some adjustments with our schedule, with our food service, with our dress code in the last couple years, just to manage with the pandemic. This year, again, the message is we're back to normal. We're back to what we were like back in 2019 and 2020 before things had to change.
One student shares that things returning to normal is exactly what he's looking forward to the most.
I'm ecstatic, quite frankly. I can't wait, you know, like I said, back in the lunchroom with my peers, being able to sit right next to them. I think that coming up this year, I think, you know, one of the things that's going to be great is we're all going to be back together, you know, in our classes. We're not going to be spaced apart. We're going to be close together. We're going to be able to have group conversations. I think that's awesome.
Another student adds that he's looking forward to everything the new school year has in store.
I am very excited for the friends I'll make along the way and to continue to grow here at McQuaid. Yesterday was my orientation and the school seems awesome, and so do the teachers, so I'm excited.
There are 750 students enrolled this year, ranging from grades 6 through 12. In Brighton, Jatira Marsh, News 8.
Wear a number on the side of your helmets. That number is number 1. Nobody wears it on their jersey for a reason, because we're one collective unit. You understand? What does 1 mean to us? 1 means obligated. All right? So the O stands for obligated, right? You're obligated to do your job. You're 1/11th on every single play. All right? Every single play. You owe it to your brothers. When you wear that 1 on the side of your helmet, you're obligating yourself to do your 1/11th every single down. Every single time you are on the field, you're doing your 1/11th, and there's no excuses for that. You understand? The end of 1 is nasty, all right? This is one sport where you just get to be a nasty prick in between the whistles every single play. Be violent and don't be sorry about it at all right? Linemen, just control the trenches. Be nasty in the trenches. Let them know right from the gate that they don't stand a chance tonight, even though they're best tonight, you understand? Elite. All right, everything you do as a McQuaid Jesuit brother is elite. All right, everything. All right, from the schooling that you guys go to every day. All right, from the way you walk out here and you get 2 by 2. All right, from the way you line up for the national anthem. Everything we do is elite. The way we fly around to the football. All right, the way we block is elite. All right, the way we run the football is elite. The way we throw the football is elite. Everything you do is elite. All right. To be one, you guys know what it takes, all right? You guys have been preaching it all year long, all right? To be one and truly be one, all right? Yeah, it stands for what we just went over, but it also takes one heart, all right? We all got to play with the same heart. That heart, that want to win, all right? That want to win a piece of every tackle. That want to block every single down until the whistle's blown, all right? Not giving up before the play is over. That's the heart I'm talking about, all right?
Go boys, all night, man. All night long.
You guys know what it takes, all right? You guys got the answers, all right? There's no questions, all right? You guys got the answers. You know what it takes. All right, now just go out here and do it. One heart. One heart. One soul. One soul. One mind. One mind. One goal. One goal. Today. Be full. One heart. One heart. One soul. One soul. One mind. One mind. One goal. One goal. Today. Be full. One heart. One heart. One soul. One soul.
And we welcome you back to the Rochester Ice Center. We apologize for the brief technical difficulties that we had. We were trying to improve the quality of your video, and we think we've done that. So welcome back here as we start the second period. The Knights hold on to a 2-goal lead over the Canisius Crusaders. Now in the offensive zone, they try to put it behind the net. Out of the zone they come. Wiegand keeps it in there.
We've been seeing some good quality shots out of the Knights. We've also gotten a fairly large quantity of them, and we definitely seem to be trying to keep that trend going. We've got a lot of our guys sitting sort of deep down in the zone for a standard play, so I think Dugan's got something cooking up in the locker room.
Yeah, absolutely. And Salinas now goes to the other end. It's Emmons behind his net. He sends it up the far wall, up to Palmer. He gets it up to him as they are able to control it now. Canisius coming up through the neutral zone. Palmer sends it back door. He's got Ralph, and he had a wide open chance there. A chance to make it a 3-goal game.
Another nice stop from Bridge down there to keep their lead slim.
Now in the offensive zone. The Knights still battling away. That puck is up through the neutral zone. Owen Meyer corrals it, and he's going to chip it back into the zone.
Got some pressure down on the end. We had Owen Meyer with a chip up to Kozara. Kozara fighting alongside the boards. We have 3 men in blue heading deep into the zone. 2 McQuaid guys caught in the corner, and they're getting a piece of it now.
A little bit of a cross check there as it's picked up there. Now it's 21 at the top of the key. Eberhard trying to make a play. Canisius is probably going to have to rely on one of their big 5 guys we talked about before the game, if you missed that, to get them back in this one. We also talked about the Knights' depth, how that could also be a huge factor in this one in regards to how long they could continue to put fresh legs out of the ice. Ralph battling for it now along the far wall. It's picked off there by the Crusaders. Mikey Lacavita tries to send it over to his partner, and he loses control of it. Now back into the zone. They are forced to retreat. Lacavita chips it up the far wall. In on the forecheck. It's picked up there. A nice chance here. And Salinas makes the stop on Debowski. What a stop there. Salinas came out of his crease and made the point-blank save. Salinas is just going to use his stick and angle this one up into the netting.
Another good example of that good game IQ that we were talking about earlier from Owen Salinas, getting those changes in when we need them.
Yeah, it was a great job there by Salinas to pick that one up. And now a battle for it in the far corner. Donlin trying to work it out of his own zone. Kuhn is able to gain control of it, and he tries to send it up to Brock along the near wall. Out through the neutral zone it goes. It's picked up there. Good defensive play, and Jeremy Kuhn scoops it back up.
We have a fairly old Canisius team. I'm seeing 0 freshmen and only 3 sophomores on the entire roster. We're also looking at a relatively strong team. We have some pretty good scorers on that first line, but we are seeing a surprisingly low amount of them in this game.
Yeah, you really well said, too. I mean, talk about a Canisius team that's full of older guys, and as the draw is going to be moved over to the other side, and it's going to be taken there. So Hill to take the draw for the Knights. He wins it, and he's helped out there by Kozara.
Eli fighting hard in the corner for that puck, but there's 2 boys in blue right on top of him.
Yeah, the Canisius Crusaders have done a great job getting in on the play and overwhelming the area of the puck with people. Now in the offensive zone, the Crusaders send it down low. It's a battle for it down there. Wiegand trying to track it. He does. And he's going to gain control of it beneath the net of Salinas. Out of the zone comes Wiegand. Scans it back over to the far side. He finds the stick of Hill, who takes it into the zone. He goes wide and chips it deep. Knights sending in a forecheck now. Still down there in the offensive zone. The Knights battling away, and now it's over on the far wall with Brock. He drops it off for Cazzaro, who chips it down low. Now it's Matthew Hill beneath the net of Tyler Bridge. He sends it back down to the other corner. It's Cazzaro battling for it.
The Crusaders have seemed to have made a change to their defensive zone play, placing more guys higher up on our defense.
Yeah, they're not going to let us just park out there and take shots like the first period, so.
The Crusaders have definitely picked up on our strategy of more shots versus those sometimes bigger opportunities.
Yeah, and I think the change was necessary, too, after the first period. I mean, a very good McQuaid team for sure, but they were getting a lot of shots, and the first goal, Owen Meyer's goal, was scored from the point off a couple of deflections. So good reason to change for sure. Now out through the neutral zone, the Crusaders take it. Still with it now, over to the near wall it goes. Cowell puts it deep into the zone, in on the forecheck they go. Just over 5 minutes here into the second period of play. Owen Meyer flips it forward. It's taken into the zone with Deming's hand. And no hand pass is going to be called. Usually goes zone to zone. It's a hand pass, but still with it now. Luke Zari battling away for it.
We're seeing a very large amount of play time from Zari and Owen, along with the D pairing of Connor Emmons and
Eli Wiegand.
Eli Wiegand.
Yeah, they've gotten a lot of ice time tonight so far as Deming fires that one in. Dawson Brown's there as well. And the Knights are able to keep that one in.
Nice job by Owen holding that one in the zone. However, did get chipped out. Number 18 with a shot. Very wide of the net.
So you talk all the time about putting shots on goal, and Cowell just fired that one wide. It works almost as good as a breakout pass for the Knights.
Coach's least favorite kind of shot is the one that wraps around and goes right out of the O-zone.
Now it's Palmer on the defense, and the Crusaders go around him. They go wide, firing that one in on Salinas. He makes the stop.
Again, a very nice save from Owen, putting it in the far corner where it's no danger.
And offsides is whistled for with 10:48 to go in the second period.
Knights are up 13-9 shots so far. We're seeing a 2-0 lead for the Knights, so a very productive first period.
Yeah, they got 2 goals on 10 total shots, so they're operating at about 20%. If you can operate at 20% in hockey, you're going to win a lot of the games that you play if you can operate at that high of a number. Ideally, you get 30 shots on goal. You're scoring, what is that, 6 goals a game? I think any coach would be happy with that. Now an errant pass in the defensive zone. The Knights are forced to retrieve it. It's Callery who picks it up on a nice couple of fantastic moves. Callery still with it now in the neutral zone. He takes it deep into the zone. He fires that one. It rattles off the glass behind the net of Bridge and back down all the way to the other end. Still a battle here along the near wall. The Knights are able to get it out of the zone, but it's picked up by the Crusaders immediately. Chipping it into the zone, they go. Jeremy Kuhn is forced to retrieve it. He chips it up the near wall. The Crusaders send it over to the far point, and Callery picks it up now through the neutral zone. It's Chase Roger. He tries to make a move, fires. He is hooked. He hammers into the boards. Is he going to be okay? It looks like he is, and this may be a penalty shot here. We'll see.
We might see a penalty shot come out of this. That was very much of interference from behind the player. The official rules on penalty shots is that the player has to be either directly behind or parallel behind the player. They cannot have any sort of other people in front, but it does appear that this will just be a standard penalty.
So this will just be a 2-minute minor against Canisius, is what it looks like.
Number 6 taking the penalty, that is Brendan Griffin. He is a 6'2 junior from Angola, New York.
So the junior from Angola, New York takes the penalty, and the draw will be to Bridges left. The Knights go back to their power play, just over 32% on the year.
Knights appearing to let him coast up all the way to the red line while he got that dump in.
That one is shot on goal. The Knights currently lead 14-9 in shots on goal as well. So a very good performance to start so far. If the Knights could get one more here on the power play, they'd be in excellent shape.
Nice pass up to Connor Emmons, who is coasting inside the zone. Takes a shot and just into the goalie's chest. Nice play by Connor.
Emmons couldn't elevate it up over the goalie's right pad, but a very good shot on goal and a great save there from Bridge as well.
We have number 8, Calorie, taking the draw in the Canisius offensive zone, along with Eli Wiegand on the D and Connor Emmons over to the other side. On the other side, we have Chase Brock, who now has the puck. Looking around the zone, makes a pass, nice pass over to Jack, who takes a shot and is up and out of play.
Calorie fired it up in and out of the play, and the goalie made a good stop there. Deflected it up, and I think it rang off the crossbar or something. Yeah, it did, so it'll be Keller again to take the draw to the left of the goaltender. Now up to the point it goes. Kazara with it there. Calorie still with it now. He's up at the top of the point. Now it's over to the far side. Wiegand fires a ripper in down low. Lucky it didn't hit someone in the shin. That would have hurt. Now it's Wiegand again. He fires another one in far post, and it just couldn't get it on the goal, and it'll go all the way down the ice. Calorie forced to retrieve it.
Just under a minute left on that power play for the Knights.
Calorie now behind his net. He's going to let things settle, and it's Ryan Kazara picking it up with speed. He's wheeling up through the neutral zone. He takes it in across the line.
Kazara finding a relatively easy path up into the offensive zone of Canisius.
Now up to the point it goes. Meyer fires that one, and it was soaked up by the skates of Luke Borzak. Good job putting the 2 feet together and taking a very hard shot. On this power play, they got 23 seconds to go. The Knights trying to get one more on the board, but they really haven't been able to set up much at all this power play.
This has been a relatively unproductive power play, only gotten about, I think, 3 shots now.
Into the zone they go. Kazara dips his shoulder, trying to turn things around, and Canisius yet again strips it. Zari with it now. He wheels across the neutral zone and chips it into the Canisius zone. Bridge is out to play it behind his net.
Oh, we have a skirmish
There is a
occurring.
little bit of a skirmish occurring and some extracurriculars here at the Rochester Ice Center.
Zari's helmet was torn off right before that little skirmish ensued, but it appears that it's broken up now and everyone is okay.
So a little bit of back and forth. Zari's helmet came off. And we'll see what the penalties are going to be. Is it just going to be Canisius, or who's going to be called here?
Right before these penalties come out, I will add that McQuaid is a very mentally difficult team to play against. The Knights definitely carries a certain weight to it that the other teams come a little extra prepared to play against. And we seem to have a little bit of talking between the 2 unofficial captains down at the line.
So, see Palmer talking things over there with Eberhard as they're waiting some information on the referees. And it looks like it's going to be a 5-on-4. The Knights are going to go to a power play here is what it looks like. And, yeah, that's exactly what is going to happen. It's going to be number 16. So Zakiah Thoman from Clarence, New York, a junior, is going to the sin bin for 2 minutes. He's going to be assessed with roughing, and this Knights power play is going to go back out there.
I'm surprised to only have seen 1 penalty come out of that skirmish. Usually when a helmet comes off, you get quite a few more.
Yeah, and I think Zari's point was that he really wasn't trying to do anything. It's just his helmet came off, and he had to defend himself. So valid point there from Zari, but nevertheless, the Knights go back to the power play. Not going to complain here. Kazara now sends it over to the far point. It's Bavenzi up there. He walks down the line. Kazara fires that one low into the zone. Now it's Kazara with it. He's got Zari there. He sends it over to Bavenzi. Now back over to the near wall. Meyer fires that one. It was deflected, and a good reactionary save by Bridge.
That was another great save. Those bouncing pucks right in front of the net are among the most difficult to stop. Doesn't have to be moving fast, but that quick angle change can really prove an issue.
It can be the hardest puck to stop at many, many places. That puck is really, really challenging. It comes in on an odd bounce. You don't know it, and before you know it, it's up in your grill. So really hard play there. Bavenzi backdoor. He finds Palmer, and it was a nice play there.
Another great save by Bridge as we had a one-timer between the slot.
I mean, talk about grade A opportunities. The Knights are dominating in that facet of the game so far, as it is whistled dead, and it looks like the net is just off where it's supposed to be.
Once again, the Knights are up 18 shots with just under 7 minutes left in the second period. That is a fantastic job by the Knights to get lots of pucks to the net.
Yeah, and they've done a great job doing it so far, so it's definitely helped them out.
So far, we have seen a large improvement over the past periods and the past power plays by the Knights here. Oh, quick change in, and it appears to be taken off of...
Off the stick of a defenseman, now back in the other way. The Knights get it out through the neutral zone. It's Liam Palmer there with it. Now it's down in the far corner. Zari has the power play. With him, they got the extra man as Owen Meyer is forced to go retrieve it.
Owen Meyer appears to have been tripped down in the zone. We do not have a delayed penalty, though.
Yeah, they're not going to get the call here. They've gotten two very generous ones. Into the zone they go. Kazara takes it wide with speed. He's got Bavenzi central, Palmer trailing. 18 seconds remain on the penalty against Thoman. Palmer with it now. Scanning for options, trying to get the puck on its flat surface, and it just didn't agree with him. Wiegand is forced to retrieve it. Salinas comes out to play it from his own net. And this could be dangerous. And good poise there from the junior goaltender as he played that one right in front of his own net. I'm sure any coach would tell you that is not recommended.
Another risky pass down in our D zone. The Knights have just ended their power play and are looking to make another good push into the offensive zone. Chipped in, but they're receiving some very aggressive defensive play by the Canisius D.
Now the Knights pick it up in their own zone. It's Kazara. He sends it up forward to Brock, who's going to forecheck into the zone very hard. Great forecheck from Brock.
We've seen some really good effort out of the freshmen that are on this McQuaid varsity team. Really looking to earn their poise for next year.
Yeah, the young youth in this team, the youth talent, or the young talent and the youth that they have in this team is excellent. Wiegand fires a slapper and he scores!
He appears to be reeling in a big one there at center ice after a nice goal from Eli Regan. Nice one-timer slap shot with a smart placement onto the glove side. Putting your Knights up at 3-0 with 19 shots to 9 in just under 5 minutes left in the second period.
Wiegand fired an absolute screamer up past the left glove of Bridge. And the Knights have 3 goals on 19 shots and are in very solid command of this one.
Once again, the teacher's absolutely ecstatic at the performance that these Knights have been putting on.
You gotta love the teachers here coming out and supporting the Knights. Obviously, it's a lot to come all the way out here on a Friday night. They probably got better things that, many people would assume they do on a Friday night, whether it's going out to dinner or, doing whatever adults do. But coming out here to support their school really shows how much these teachers care about their students, and I think it's, pinnacle to talk about at McQuaid, and it's all really about that at McQuaid. How much the teachers really care for their students. It's not just, hey, you're my student and you're going to do what I say. It's more of a relationship that they actually care about, and they're genuine. Now into the zone go the Crusaders. It's taken in there. Good save by Salinas. It was a nice shot from Lekavita, but no problem for the Knights goaltender.
Appears to have been some snow in the face by Kevin Bridge Jr. from the Crusaders, and I'm surprised to have not seen a reaction by the defenseman.
And that draw is now going to be over to the left of Salinas.
We have Palmer taking the draw with Callery. Oh, Callery takes it out of the zone. Got some speed, makes the pass over to our freshman, who is then taken off by one of the D.
Nice play by the defense. They just warded Brown off the, or not Brown, pardon me again, Chase Roger off the puck as Callery scoops it up in the neutral zone. He sends it up to Palmer. Into the zone he goes. Now it's Callery. He hammers the brakes up at the blue line. He sends it back down low. Palmer tries to go in between the legs and elevate and just couldn't get it up over the goalie's right shoulder pad. Palmer still there in on the forecheck. Out of the zone come the Crusaders. It's tripped up there by Callery. He tries to feed it in between the legs of a defenseman for the Crusaders, but it's picked off there.
The Crusaders doing a great job of clogging up any passing lanes for the Knights down in the offensive zone.
Now that one in the neutral zone. It's picked up there by Eberhard. He tries to get it deeper into the zone. Some skirmishing again over along the far wall as everyone gets up out of that one, no problems. Callery wheels into the zone, and it's whistled for offsides.
We are just under 3 minutes left in the second period. Knights are having a very strong showing, counting almost 20 shots on net with 3 goals.
Yeah, it's a great showing, and another thing to talk about, Salinas has only faced 10 shots all game on goal. So they are doing a good job not only getting themselves on the board, but also the Crusaders have not gotten a ton of opportunities against Salinas.
And that was a second offsides there by the McQuaid offense. We are going to keep the current players on the ice. But as you were saying a second ago, we've been having some really great plays by our defenders. We have not really seen any grade A opportunities for the Crusaders yet.
Now the Crusaders take it in through the neutral zone. It's picked up there by Wiegand. Over to the far side, Emmons fires it up through the zone. He tried to find it to Brock, and icing is going to be whistled for another stoppage.
What went from a very smooth sailing game has turned into a bit of a stalemate as we've been getting a lot of whistles in the last 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, well said. I mean, there's been a lot of stoppages here in the second period, a much slower second than a first. So the draw will be to Salinas' right. Hill to take it, and he wins it. Now up through the neutral zone. The Knights try to get it out, and they are able to. A delayed penalty is coming. Actually, yes, a delayed penalty is coming as the Knights are going to be sent into the box.
We have a boarding call on one of the Knights penalties, on one of the Knights players. I do not have the number yet, but it does appear to be a 5-minute major. Ryan Kozara is the one who has received this 5-minute major boarding penalty for the Knights.
So the Knights are going to have a major penalty assessed to them here at 2:22 to go in the period. So this will change the complexions of things here. A 5-minute major it is, and it's also non-releasable as well. So if Canisius were to score, that would be very, very detrimental in the big scheme of things because they would stay on the man advantage. This is Canisius' chance to get back in it right now. Ryan Kozara in the sin bin for 5 minutes, and it was a boarding call. So
we appear to be having some line changes for the Crusaders, or at least some last words from the coaches to their players.
Trying to probably get their guys on the ice. So 5-minute penalty. And
face-off won nicely by Roger, and it's chipped all the way down to the Crusaders' defending zone.
Now out of the zone, the puck goes, and Owen Myers there to pick it up. He floats it in across the line, and it's sent in there. Forced to retrieve it. Bridge comes out of his net. It is important to note that the Knights will be on a penalty kill here for the entire remainder of this period and then another 2.5 minutes or so. So, good amount of time here on the kill.
Knights have so far had a very strong showing on their penalty kill. We've been seeing a big strategy of the Crusaders keeping 4 men deep in their zone and floating one guy up near the red line. We have
on the breakout. So Canisius takes it into the zone. They fire it behind the net of Salinas. They're in there to get it. There is 1:16 to go on the game clock here at the Rochester Ice Center in the second. Emmons is hammered off the puck there and put right on goal as they send it the length of the ice. Nice defensive change here for the Knights. They're going to take advantage of it. Brock still in on the forecheck, and Matthew Hill there as well. It pops out to Hill. He's got time and space. He's got Brock with him, and he just couldn't get it back to him. I will say the effort that Brock puts in on the forecheck is absolutely outstanding. Into the zone go the Crusaders. They take it wide. Into the zone goes Dagler.
40 seconds remaining in the third period. So far, the Crusaders have only gotten one additional shot on this power play.
So they're not taking advantage of this power play as Brock sends it the length of the ice. It's on goal. A dangerous shot there as Hill hustled down to the bench. Two new forward killers on for the Knights. 22 seconds to go in the second period. Into the zone they go. It's taken in there by Kawalau. Now beneath the net. It's picked off there by Zari. Up through the neutral zone he goes. He's got 6 seconds on the clock. He just fires it deep into the zone. And that will do it as time expires in the second. The Knights hold a 3-goal lead. They double them in shots. And we'll be back for the intermission report in the third period coming up next.
I was moving at the speed of sound, head spinning, couldn't find my way around, and didn't know that I was going down. Yeah, yeah. Where I've been, well, it's all a blur. But I was looking for, I'm not sure. Too late and didn't see it coming. Yeah, yeah. And then I crashed into you, and I went up in flames. Could have been the death of me, but then you breathed your breath in me. And I crashed into you like a runaway train. You will consume me, but I can't walk away. Somehow I couldn't stop myself. I just wanted to know how it felt. Too strong, I couldn't hold on. Yeah, yeah. And I'm just trying to make some sense out of how and why this happened. Where we're headed, there's just no knowing. Yeah, yeah. And then I crashed into you, and I went up in flames. Could have been the death of me, but then you breathed your breath in me. Just what I need. Oh, just what I need. And then I crashed into you.
Kazar. I'm a junior for the McQuaid hockey team, left wing. Thank you for tuning in tonight's broadcast. Hope you come visit again soon. One thing I love about McQuaid is the brotherhood that we have. Go Knights.
I'll hold the sheet. Is that serious, or like you're kidding and you're gonna tell me what the real one is? That's the real one. All right. Okay. Class of 2012, right? Okay. I remember those guys. So I need to count to the number that shall not be named. All right, we can do this. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 plus 1, 14, 15. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 plus 1. Good, right? No? Okay. 10, 11, 12, 12 plus. It's not going to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 plus. Okay. No, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Oh, 12. Theophilus. 12. 12 plus 1. 12. Deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths. Give me the jug sheet. Class of 2012 ruled the decade. Class of 2012 ruled the decade. Thank God it wasn't the class after you. Congratulations, gentlemen. Class of 2012 ruled.
Ben, can you get the teachers? Welcome back to the Rochester Ice Center. Once again, it is Teacher Appreciation Night, so all the teachers over there wearing a black jersey were invited to the game by one of the varsity hockey members. We have a very strong showing from the teachers at 6, almost 7 o'clock on a Friday night. That is huge commitment to the students. You can't ask for more than that. They worked hard all this week, and they're still out here on a Friday night, just out here showing support for their boys. Can't ask for anything better than that.
And we welcome you back to the Rochester Ice Center. To give you a quick recap, if you are just joining us here, it was Zari on the goal for the first one for the Knights. He was assisted by Meyer and Kazara. The second goal for the Knights was scored by Jack Callery, and the third, Eli Wiegand. He was assisted by Ryan Kazara and Chase Brock.
Chase Brock having a very strong inaugural season for the Knights. Once again, he is just a freshman, but he has been doing a great job getting plenty of ice time and scoring a lot of goals for your Knights.
And they just got to hold on here. They have a 3-goal lead, but let's not forget about that penalty that Kazara took at the end of the period. It's a 5-minute major against the Knights, so they're going to be on the kill here for 2:38 to start the third.
Regardless of that kill coming up, the Knights came out of the locker room buzzing with tons of energy, as you just saw there on their little pre-period warm-up or ritual, you could call it. I think we're going to see some very excited and just happy to be on the ice play from the Knights.
So we'll see how they come out. Obviously, Canisius, if they want to crawl back in this one, we did see a pretty wild one a very short while ago against the Little Irish. The Knights were down 4-0 and then 5-1 and crawled back, but obviously they did it with, an extended amount of time. They did it over 2 periods, and they were only down 4 goals. Canisius finds themselves down 3 with only a period to do it. So they got work to do.
And once again, that night's average, when they're up by over 2 goals, they are 100% wins on the season with that.
Yeah, that's a great stat to have. And talks about closing out games. Here we go. Dagler versus Jace Roger on the draw. Waiting on the timekeeper downstairs. He is ready to go, and we're underway.
The Knights have decided to go with 3 forwards and 1 defense for the remainder, well, at least this shift of the penalty kill.
So an interesting lineup out there right now. They got Roger, Zari, actually Meyer and Bovenzi. I guess Meyer counts as the second defenseman. He's kind of a two-way player, though, if you ask many. Into the zone go the Crusaders. They dip their shoulder, and now they work it up to the point. It's sent deep into the zone there by Kawalau. Still with it now. And over to the far side. They try to work it into the zone. And it's stripped up there by the Knights and sent the length of the ice. Now in his defensive zone. It's taken out by Richards. He forwards it up through the neutral zone to Kawalau. Far side, that pass, fed back door, and the Crusaders find the net there. It was well done, a nice shot from the far side, and none other than Jackson Deet finding the net. He leads the Crusaders in points, and they get on the board to start the third period.
Once again, that is a major penalty, so we will still be on the penalty kill for 1 minute 30 seconds. Owen Salinas, once again, he made as many attempts as he could, but that third backdoor guy just really caused too much issues.
So, nice job moving the goalie. We talk all the time about how important it is to move the goalie. And Canisius gets on the board with just under a minute into the third period. Still on the power play. They got a minute and 16 seconds. Into the zone they go. Wiegand in his defensive zone. Brock is there as well. It is picked off there by the forward for the Knights. Hill takes it into the zone. He goes wide. He has time and space. And a nice save there by Bridge. Now back up the other way. 48 seconds remain on the power play. Into the zone they go. It's taken in there. And a nice stop by Salinas against Lacavita. Backdoor, calling for it, is the Canisius forward, number 6, but it is ultimately saved. Stauffer wanted it. Salinas made the glove stop.
We've seen that continued strategy of the Canisius offensive play during their power play, with 4 men down in their D zone floating the one guy high to try to cherry pick a final goal.
And now in the offensive zone, Canisius trying to make something happen here and get this game really where they want it.
We have we have Owen putting in work in front of the net versus a much larger Canisius player.
And you talk about how crucial it is, those guys down low in front, they got to clear out the crease, otherwise you might as well forget it in terms of defense. And now the draw is going to be to Salinas' right.
Quick play up to the Canisius D. Oh, but a nice tip by Jace Brock, I believe. Oh, sorry. That is Jace Roger.
Now in the neutral zone, the Knights pick it up. It's Donlin. And he is stripped up, actually. Now back in the other way. There you go. Battle here along the near wall, and it's sent deep into the zone.
It appears to be stuck inside of Jace Roger.
And yes, that does look like the issue, as the puck will be frozen with 14 minutes to go.
No idea how it got stuck up there, but the Knights did need a nice change, so it provides a nice little relief for the Knights on the 14 minutes left in the third period.
That draw is won by the Knights. Ralph sends it in across the line. And now a weird sequence there for that puck, but it goes down a bridge. He plays it from behind his own net. Working it out of his zone. It's Ryan Kazara forced to retrieve it. Nice play there by the Canisius forwards. Now in the defensive zone, Ralph forechecking that one, and it's fortunately lost control of by the Canisius defense, and out of the zone they are forced to reset. Now back in to retrieve it, it's Kazara. He gets it with speed, loses control of his footing. Now centering pass in front, and it was deflected off the stick of Kazara, and it's still down there in the corner. That one chips into the far corner. Jeremy Kuhn is forced to go retrieve it. They are still unable to get it out, and now they finally do.
We have a tired-looking McQuaid line out right now, but they're going in for that change.
Yeah, you see a wholesale change there from McQuaid. A much-needed one as it is sent back into the zone. Wiegand is forced to retrieve it behind his net. 12:45 to go in the period and in the game as Wiegand gets it out of his own end. Callery's there as well. Now it's picked back up by Wiegand. Into the zone he goes with speed. Making a move, he tries to go wide and dip his shoulder, and Palmer ultimately picks it up and sends it back down low. Jace Roger getting a lot of ice time as well tonight.
Jace Roger has been putting in a lot of work for the Knights. As we said earlier, these freshmen are really coming out strong with the effort that they're putting out.
As it is whistled dead, and the faceoff will be in the offensive zone for the Knights with 12:15 to go.
We have yet another change for the Knights. We've been getting some really quick shifts here in the remainder of this third period, trying to keep the energy levels high.
Talk about the how crucial it is to keep fresh legs in the third period, especially against a Canisius team like this that can strike at any second. So the score in Buffalo when the Knights played the Crusaders was 3-1. Tonight at the Rochester Ice Center, it's 3-1 in favor of the black and gold. Will it be the exact same scoreline, just flipped, or will there be another goal here? 11:53 left in this one, and we'll know the outcome. Now out of the zone comes Matthew Hill. He chips it forward on a sauce pass up to Chase Brock, who ultimately gets it in with the help of Ryan Kazara. Up to the point it goes. It's Pavenzi. He sends it back down low. Matthew Hill. He chips it down low, and it's Kazara going to work. Kazara and Hill on the forecheck. They're bodied off the puck by a couple of Canisius players as Wiegand goes down on the pinch.
Up and out of play again. We've seen the puck ending up in a lot of out of plays so far this game. Two teams fighting hard for it, and it just tends to get out of reach.
So we also talked a little bit before the game about this, but we talked about the discipline from this McQuaid team as well. That is going to be crucial. The Canisius goal, it was scored on their only power play of the game. It was a 5-minute major against Matthew Kazara. So if the Knights can stay even strength, they're in really good shape to hang on to this one. Wiegand fires us. Or no, not Wiegand, it was Emmons, pardon me.
And we got a goal from Connor Emmons with an absolute rocket from the blue line. Connor with that signature long-distance goal that we saw last time during the Aquinas game.
So Emmons fires it from the point. Pardon me, it looked like Wiegand, and hate to steal his thunder, but Emmons picks up a goal there. It's going to be his 5th of the season and his 16th point to give the Knights a 3-goal advantage yet again and take the wind out of the sails of this Canisius team. A great shot from Emmons. He's always had that ability and that knack to get the puck through 3 or 4 or 5 guys in front of the net, and he does it yet again.
Connor Emmons, being 6'2", has that really nice advantage of being able to look over the relatively smaller forwards of the Canisius team.
And another thing, too, Emmons, if you don't remember, scored the game winner against St. Joe's this past,
Aquinas.
No, Aquinas. It was Aquinas, pardon me, not St. Joe's. St. Joe's was 2 years ago where they scored the game winner. But it was Aquinas, and he put it 5-hole in between the pads of the Aquinas goaltender.
Seen some very nice handwork by Owen Mayer.
Now over to this side. It's Emmons again. He wants more, and he just couldn't get it on goal. Canisius throwing the puck away like a hot potato now, as that one almost chipped up into our broadcast booth. We were protected by the metal pillar, but you can see the frustration as a bunch of Canisius players slam their sticks.
Once again, that mental side of the game is huge, especially against teams like McQuaid. They really do level out some of the other skill that are playing against simply by that reputation of going against the Knights.
This is also a really good Canisius team, too. Talk about a reputation. I mean, a Jesuit school known to have a very good program many years in a row. As you can see, a lot of shaking of the heads from the people in black and gold in the stands tonight.
We're seeing a lot of playing time from the...
And Palmer fires a slapper and he scores. Palmer dialed it up there from around the middle of the circle, and he absolutely smashed it.
Get some smiles from the players on their way over by the handshake line. They're all handing it over to Owen Salinas. And we are up 24 shots to the Canisius 12, making it a 5-1 lead for McQuaid with just under 10 minutes remaining in the third period and the game.
And I think it's safe to say the Knights are in really good shape now to close this one out, up 4 with only 9:43 to go in regulation. Knights trying to get more goals on the board. They average over 4 goals a game, almost 5 goals a game, and they've done that again tonight. The difference has been the defense showed up tonight, and the goaltender Salinas has done an excellent job as well. They've held them to just 1 goal as Canisius is going to the box now.
It sounds like we just had another assist from Jack Callery, making that 2 points on the game.
And the Crusaders are going to the sin bin again.
We have a 2-minute on the Crusaders for a tripping. Number of that player is
11. It looks like it's going to be the it's going to be number 11. So it'll be Xavier Thoman out of Clarence, New York, the senior, the lightest guy on the team at 135 pounds. He'll go to the box with 9:17 to go in the period.
And that is a very dangerous penalty for Canisius, being this late in the game and on that much of a loss so far.
They already are down, and one more would certainly seal it. 5-1 is pretty much game over, but 6-1 would really end it here.
6-1 is quite a commanding lead in the sport of hockey.
Now it's Wiegand up at the point. He puts a nice move on past the forechecking number 17, Austin McMillan, to get it deep into the zone. Still a battle for it down there as Callery is able to strip the defense out of the puck. Now down in the corner. Kazara puts a nice couple of moves on, and he just couldn't get it back up with the backhand. Now it's centered back in front. Nice play by Wiegand, and he just couldn't get it back to Brock. Out of the zone come the Crusaders. They try and get it past Brock as he's hammered off the puck. Look out. 50 seconds remain on the power play for the Knights. 8:05 in the game. Now back the other way. The Crusaders trying to get it into the zone with speed. They do. It's taken in there by Lacavita. He fires one off to the far side, but it's saved.
Very nice save over there by Owen Salinas. Those hard wide-out shots are sometimes very difficult.
Now still with it. That shot is fired on, and Salinas deflected, but just went wide. Griffin sending it over to his partner, Crozer.
Canisius appears to now be floating a guy high as well on the penalty kill.
Yeah, I mean, it is do or die for this Canisius team right now. They are down 4, so they're going to need something to happen fast as the penalty against Thoman expires with 7:11 to go in the period. Now it's Palmer into the zone. He goes wide, dips his shoulder, tries to get it up with the backhand, and was unable to. Bovenzi there tries to keep it in the zone. Now back the other way. It's taken in by Dagler. He fires that one in on goal, and it is stopped.
Meyer with an excellent job separating 23 down to the far wall.
Bovenzi into the zone with speed. He takes it wide and fires that one just over the goaltender's left shoulder. A lot of nonstop hockey here as Bovenzi is cross-checked from the back multiple times, and there's going to be no call. They are still going at it now. Some physical hockey here both ways. Hill sends it over to the far point. Now it's Owen Meyer. He rips that one in. It just was high. That one fired back in on goal, and Bridge is able to make the stop. Bovenzi pushing and shoving down there as time is stopped with 6:10 remaining on the clock.
The Knights doing a great job of keeping this a clean hockey game with all of the chatter coming out of both teams so far.
And that's that discipline factor we talked about. Coach Dugan, Coach Hogan, Coach Petoni, they pride themselves on their discipline. They've said many, many times, we can't be a team that takes foolish penalties. As a cross-check there happens in the neutral zone. The refs have really done a great job, though, of letting this one go both ways, I think, in the big scheme of things.
We've seen some very fair calls by these officials.
Absolutely. Now back in the other way. The Crusaders try to get it deep into the zone. Kuhn beneath his net. Sends it up to Ralph, who tries to get it out of the zone. He does. Now it's picked up by Bridge and sent back in the other way. Donlin scoops it up in the neutral zone and flips it deep. Ralph on the forecheck. It's picked up there by DeProsa. He fires it back post as the netminder was forced to go to the other side. Still dangerously in front. Busick, he gets it in and he scores! Joe Busick finds the net. That is his first goal of the season. And he finds it against the Jesuit foe, Canisius.
We have some very excited teachers. Once again, a quick reminder, tonight is Teacher Appreciation Night for the Knights. All the teachers there in the stands that are wearing black jerseys were invited by the Knights and are out here supporting the Knights.
That will do it. 6-1, 5:16 to go. You can write this one off.
And McQuaid more than doubling Canisius' shots with 5 minutes to remain in the game.
So a 6-1 lead. Commanding from the Knights. A dominant performance.
This is very far from the game that we saw in Buffalo just a few months ago. Seems to be a whole new McQuaid team.
Yeah, a completely different McQuaid team that's been really, really good down the stretch here, especially towards sectionals, battling, overcoming adversity in the Aquinas senior night game, all the distractions that were going on, making it happen. And then obviously here tonight, coming out against the Canisius team, driving in from Buffalo on a Friday night after school, not necessarily getting all the student support they all hoped and wanted for tonight, but the teachers came out and they showed for them. So just under 5 minutes to go here in the final period of play. It's taken in by Lacavita. Tries to go up the near post, and Salinas had his pad down. Now that puck goes through the neutral zone. And we were informed that that was Joe Busick's first varsity goal. So a huge congratulations to number 28, Joe Busick, and his entire family and this McQuaid team, as he finds the net for the first time in his varsity career as a senior. Sometimes it happens when you're a freshman pulled up for sectionals. Other times it happens in the last few games of your senior year. Busick chips it deep into the zone. Now trying to get it out. Eberhard sends it the length of the ice. No icing will be called as the time ticks under 4 minutes. Bovenzi puts a nice move past a couple of defenders in his own zone. He is actually interfered with by his own guy, Ralph, there, and they're able to get it into the zone. Back to retrieve it. Crozer tries to get it out of the zone, and he does with the help of his partner as it deflects up into the netting on the far side with 3:37 to go.
We're seeing Owen Mayer once again out on the ice. Coach Dugan can't seem to get enough of his ice time today.
Yeah, and he's a pinnacle. He's pinnacle to the success of this team. Really, really important guy, offensively and defensively. He hasn't found his way onto the score sheet actually tonight, I don't think. Actually, no, he did on the first goal, but he's very, very sound player. Technically makes all the right decisions and, does everything the coaches ask of him. So that's what's crucial when it comes to that aspect of things.
We're seeing a little bit of chatter between the players currently on the ice and the ones that are so far on the bench. This may tend to heat up towards the end of this period.
I think you would expect that a little bit too. I mean, you got two rival schools going after it here. Kind of a beatdown from McQuaid. A little bit of a different story than what we saw a mere 6 weeks ago back in Buffalo. And Bavenzi retrieves it in his own zone. He sends it up to Ralph, who just chips it into the zone. You can see the Knights are just trying to avoid some major hits, stay healthy, and get through the end of this one. That one deflects up into the bench of Canisius with 2:50 to go.
McQuaid making some serious strides in this game towards their goal of constant shots. 28 with 3 minutes just under 3 minutes remaining in the third period is a very solid showing for the Knights, who tend to be a slightly less quantity shooting team and more of a quality opportunities.
This draw in the neutral zone. It's scooped up there by Crane, who takes it over to the far wall. He chips it into the zone.
Brown fighting hard to keep it out.
Now they're there to get it. Along the near wall, a battle occurs, and it's whistled dead with 2:37 to go.
It appears the puck may have come out of play as we have a stoppage on the blue line with no apparent penalties.
So the draw is taken there and sent over to the far side. Now into the zone goes Hill. Tips his shoulder. He's hooked a little bit there, but you're not going to get the call with that little time left in the game. Now top of the point, Donlin fires a slapper into the zone.
Cannon unloaded by Donlin.
Play is whistled dead with 2:17 to go in the period.
Calorie and Donlin exchanging smiles on Calorie's way to the bench. They both love to see those sorts of shots out of Donlin.
Yeah, and who? Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't? And it's always great when you're up and you're winning. Everything's going well, and I think it's awesome for these Knights to have this big win over Canisius. But in the big scheme of things, people say it. What do you learn most from, your successes or your failures? And this Knights team has had their failures, and they've learned a lot. Starting with that game against Webster Schrader to begin the season. They won their first one, and then they had their home opener and lost to Webster Schrader 7-6 in an absolute shootout.
Great save by Owen Salinas.
But they've definitely come a long ways, this team, and they've learned how to overcome adversity as there's a skirmish down there in the far corner. Busick and a Canisius player getting into it with 1:43 to go in the period. Still with it in the offensive zone, the Crusaders. Centering pass in front. It's a shot on goal. Nice attempt there from Thilman, but it's deflected wide. Now it's Ralph through the neutral zone. And he gains the blue line and just dumps it in on goal.
Even with the Knights up 6-1 with less than 1:30 remaining, they are fighting hard knowing that their victory is sealed.
A battle in the far corner now. Ralph going after a defenseman of Canisius. You don't want to take a penalty here, though, if you can help it. And
this does appear, we do have delayed penalty, but it is on Canisius.
There's some pushing and shoving still going on. You just heard Mr. Vernetti over the public address system here at the Rochester Ice Center. There is under a minute to go here in this one. Who is going to be sent to the box here with very little time left? It looks like a Canisius player. And it's going to be the junior defenseman, Eric Giola from Buffalo, New York. His previous school, Nardin Academy. And he's housed in Arupe. We got some great information on these Crusaders. I wish they gave us that much info on our own guys. Now it's Wiegand up at the point. He sends it back down low to the half wall. Trying to feed it back door. He's unable to, but Zari picks it up and fires it back in. Now still with it. A battle in the offensive zone. Nice shot there from Deming. He sent it right across the crease, hoping someone would be able to get their stick to it. And they were unable to. Wiegand controlling things in the neutral zone. He takes it wide, dips his shoulder, goes around the defense, and it is whistled dead for offsides with 14 seconds to go.
Knights beating out the Canisius shots 29-16, which is quite a showing from both the Knights offense and defense this game.
Yeah, I mean, to have a team average just over 5 shots a goal per period, that's a pretty good statistic. I think any coach would be really happy with that. Now it's won by the Knights. Deming dips it into the zone as time winds under the 10-second mark. Emmons sauces it over to Ralph. He fires that one in on goal. Now he plays it with his hand as time does expire. The Knights hold on to win it after this one. It's 6-1, McQuaid Jesuit.
And we have all the boys going to celebrate in front of the teachers that they have invited out for this game. For the last time, this has been the teacher appreciation night for the Knights. Every single one of those teachers standing over there in a black jersey was personally invited by one of the Knights themselves as their favorite teacher. And they have decided to spend their 7 o'clock on a Friday night with their Knights. What kind of dedication does that show?
Absolutely, and it speaks volumes to how much these teachers care and how much these players care about these teachers and what they do for them, the impact not only that they have on them academically, but outside of the classroom, in the community, and the impact they have on them as great young men and becoming aspiring individuals in the world. We're going to turn it over to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back after this with the 3 stars of tonight's game.
Today was the first day back.
You guys wear.
Hi, my name is Matt Kazar. I'm a junior for the McQuaid hockey team, left wing. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Hope you come visit again soon. One thing I love about McQuaid is the brotherhood that we have. Go Knights.
The class of 2012, I understand, is the class with the greatest participation, and they earned the right to determine what my first jug ever will be. So we'll see what that is. Seriously? I don't even want to hold the sheet. Is that serious, or like you're kidding and you're going to tell me what the real one is? That's the real one. All right, okay. Class of 2012, right? Okay, I remember those guys. So I need to count to the number that shall not be named. All right, we can do this. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 plus 1, 14, 15. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 plus 1. Good, right? No? Okay. 10, 11, 12, 12 plus. It's not going to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 plus. Okay. No, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Oh, 12. Theophilus. 12. 12 plus 1.
And we welcome you back to the Rochester Ice Center. Myself, Dominic Sansone, alongside Daniel Ragsdale. It's been an absolute pleasure to give you coverage on this one. Do you have any information on our 3 stars of tonight's game?
Well, it was a tough decision. We had quite a few different players to choose from. We saw some terrific effort out of every single person on the ice, something the McQuaid team's really been strong at in the past. Saw some terrific goaltending by both teams, just a good, hard-fought battle for their teachers.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, one guy I want to highlight, he's going to be our 3rd star, is Owen Meyer tonight. He had a fantastic game. He picked up an assist on the very first goal of the game. He didn't get on the score sheet too much more than that, but nevertheless, fantastic game. Had tons of time on the ice. He was 2nd most time on ice for the team, so a great statistic there, and he continues to have a huge impact for this McQuaid team.
Meyer, well, not necessarily appearing on the score sheet as often as he may like to, definitely catches the eye well on the ice. He's a great playmaker. He puts in great effort, and just really an all-around, just one of the most valuable players on the McQuaid team. It's hard to say enough.
Yeah, and he's only a sophomore, so the future for him is really, really bright, and this whole entire McQuaid team's got to be excited about that for sure. Our 2nd star tonight is going to be Ryan Kazara. He had 2 assists, 1 on the first goal, 1 on the 4th goal. Talk to me a little bit about his performance.
We saw some very good aggressive play by Kazara. He was holding down the line. He really helped to kind of set the pace of the game and let Canisius know that if they were going into a corner, they were going to have to pay for it.
Yeah, and then our final and 1st star of tonight's game, it was Joe Busick. He got his first varsity goal as a senior in tonight's 6-1 win over Canisius. It was a little bit of a sloppy goal, but, you know, the continued dedication from him to this program, we thought that he warranted that 1st star, and he also had a fantastic 3rd period as well when he saw more time on the ice as the Knights expanded their lead.
We saw a great amount of time on the ice for Busick in that final period and really helped to put the final nail in the coffin of the game and just hammer down Canisius' moral spirits for the remainder of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's it. So long, myself, Dominic Sansone, alongside Daniel Ragsdale. It's been an absolute pleasure to cover this one. We look forward to seeing you on the next McQuaid Jesuit broadcast. So long, myself and Daniel. Have a great night.
Have a good night.
Deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths. Give me the jug sheet. Class of 2012 ruled the decade. Class of 2012 ruled the decade. Thank God it wasn't the class after you.